to represent the interests of citizens of California. I've done that successfully over an 8-year period, and I think I can use those skills to represent your interests. I also have been lucky and to be endorsed by the San Joaquin County Central Democratic Committee. I think that I will strive to be worthy of that endorsement. I know this is a non-political, non-partisan position. However, I think it's important that when you've been vetted by the Democratic Committee, that obviously the interests of the community is at heart, and I want to make sure that you know that I have their endorsement and their support, and I hope that I'll be able to guarantee yours. And also, I believe that as neighbors, that we all should be our brother's keeper. And one of the reasons I wanted to run and be actively involved in making this the best place to be was that I think that I'm a servant leader, and I'd like to advocate on your behalf as a servant leader, taking into context your concerns and your interests. So I ask that you vote for me on November 4th, and I'm looking forward to working with each of these board members and you as well. Thank you.
I am Mark Gordon. I am delighted to be running along with these 16 other candidates and for this position as board member. Make no mistake, experience is going to be critical in this, even in this race. We are experiencing, probably none of us in this room, maybe a few of us, but most of us have not experienced the economic environment and the conditions that we are all facing and all experiencing. And I think it's extremely serious. I think we have only seen the beginning of this. And even though that has no impact on whether or not we are, 5 of us will be on this board, the fact is that the service district that we will be serving, representing you, will probably see some of those impacts in an adverse way. I want to make sure that we don't escape that. Even though it may not impact us immediately, we definitely are part of this problem that our country is facing. I believe that I am one of those 5 that you should put on the board because of the 30 years experience that I've had running cities and understanding multi-year financing, planning, capital improvements, and understanding how government works. I believe that those 30 years of experience has given me a very strong background to be a candidate that would represent you. But let me make sure you understand that I am a candidate who believes that the public's input is critical. It's been a high priority for me in any government that I've run, and I've actually been involved in large cities, mid-sized cities, small-sized cities, and one county in Santa Barbara. Public safety is critical. If you look at the statistics we're seeing, crime is increasing in Mountain House. Even though it may not affect all of us, it is increasing. It's grown 50% from 2005-06, and in 07-08 it went up 49% from the year before. I think it's critical that we understand what is going on in our community and put a stop to it before it gets out of hand. We are a unique community, and we certainly need the opportunity to have your voice heard in your government. And I want to maintain Mountain House as a beautiful, unique place to live. So I solicit and would be honored to serve you if you decide to vote for me on November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. First off, I'd like to thank my wife back there for putting up with me through all of this. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably want to thank your wives too. Colin, you probably want to thank your wife too for putting up with me through this election time. Really, the reason why I'm running is largely because of what I believe Mountain House can be. Fly. Our largest problem that we're going to face in the next 2 years is really going to be the amount of foreclosures. We have about roughly 2,000 plus accounts on the CSD, and about, I think, roughly 85 are currently showing as in foreclosure of that nature. Realty Track is showing about 359. Tracy itself has a $6 million shortfall right now, and you can bet that the City Council is trying to tackle that as we're trying to tackle the growth of Mountain House. They're going to be voting on Measure X to renovate about 5 of their schools. And one of the things that they're tackling, if you've probably been reading the papers, is how they're going to attract businesses. One of the things that I'd like to do is really attract businesses out here. This Saturday, I'm going to go ahead and go over to Congressman McNerney's going to be over in Tracy. He's a big advocate of bringing jobs out here into the San Joaquin Valley. There's going to be a lot of potential benefits from the new government that's going to be coming into play in terms of green incentives and whatnot. I think we need to bring some of those jobs out this way. Tracy, admittedly, has grown a lot. A lot of what they've actually grown in terms of jobs have been low-wage jobs. I don't think I myself do not want that, so I'm hoping to partner with groups such as McNerney's and others that want to bring business to the Mountain House. Also, I'd like to see the creation of a small business council. As a board member, we are allowed to actually create councils or advisory committees. The small business council can help us with connecting with trade groups and other businesses throughout the community and throughout other communities such as the Bay Area. A lot of us, I think roughly 80% of us, commute over the hill just to get to work. I'd like to see actually jobs here. For the past 10 years, I've worked as product manager for Wells Fargo Company, Franklin Templeton Corporate, and currently now I'm J. Gallo Wine. I wish I could have brought some wine tonight. I'm sort of going to cut stress that I have up here, but it's the last I can. So I hope to bring that. My wife, thank you for putting up with my 2 master's degree, an MBA in Finance and Information Systems, and also a master's in Tax. I'm hoping to bring a lot of my expertise in terms of project management from $2,000 IT projects to $2 million projects to manage our budget. When the board gets elected, they're going to have to decide on voting on the budget come, I believe it's January, with a final vote in May of next year. So that's going to be coming up pretty quick. Currently, right now, we're paying upwards of $1 million for police services that we all ask for. And a lot of that's being borrowed from the general fund and tax free. So I think one of the things that we need to do is really watch that, and also use the neighborhood watch as a committee to monitor the contracting with the Sheriff's Department to make sure it's effective. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy lives to be here to prepare yourself for this historic election. I also want to thank Tracy Press and for everyone else that made this forum possible tonight. Public safety has to be our first priority. Lives and property need to be protected. As a police officer, firefighter, 911 dispatcher, and EMT, I have training and experience that will contribute to this board when decisions regarding life and property are at stake. The other thing that we can look at is when these contracts come up. I have expertise that will help us in renewal and moving forward. I also have an extensive background working with youth. I've identified a need for youth programs here in Mountain House. In fact, I've already started discussions with some outside agencies to bring in programs for high school age students to target for career development programs. I also think we need to look at some programs similar to the Boys and Girls Clubs for these kids for after school. This is needed to keep our kids active and engaged and away from gangs and drugs. During this process, I've had the opportunity to go door to door and talk to my neighbors. And as I said before, I was asked a question about, if elected, if I would still be accessible. Absolutely. Like I said before, I have cards in the back, my phone number, my email. Please contact me. I want to know and hear what you have to say. I've been serving this community as a school board member for 3 years now. This last year I've been the president. I've attended the California School Board Association's training and have learned exactly what our role is in self-governance. With this board, I'm hoping for opportunities to attend other programs such as the California Special Districts Association, so I can continue training to educate myself to be the best board member that I can be. Delta College is coming. As a board member, I want to make sure that we're there every step of the way, sitting at their meetings, hearing what's going on, and making sure that we have representation so that the project not only is a reality, but that it's implemented correctly with our input. I welcome the opportunity to speak to each of you when I have more than 1 minute.